Hey guys, King Jad here. Welcome to a wee video I wanted to make where Phil was basically running his mouth and he's trying to kind of lean right into the meme of him apparently spending thousands and thousands of dollars on things like alcohol and mobile gaming transactions. He went a bit clown mode in particular on the most recent podcast of his from the 12th of August where, well, I'll just let him fucking show you.
So that was my day off yesterday, Very in line with what the people out there who fucking, detract and fucking slander me all the time. Definitely in line with what they were saying. Totally not that everything out here is so expensive because of inflation. I couldn't even afford to buy us a dinner. So my wife jumped in to help, right? No, nothing like that. Obviously, I was just sitting here all day. Oh, wait, here's some gin. Fucking idiots. Okay.
Now, I wonder why we would think that he spends all that money on alcohol. It can be about the fact that we fucking see that in alcohol spending between March of 2020 and September 2021, he spent over $3,000 in alcohol alone for those total wine visits. That surely couldn't be the fucking reason, could it, Phil? No fucking wonder we think you spend all that money on alcohol, and particularly microtransactions where you got over $44,000 worth of microtransactions showing from your bank account statements. And keep in mind, Phil says this is not legitimate. Keep in mind what he said before a couple of days ago on the August 9th podcast.
Last year, someone stole my identity. They found a way to get access to a site they shouldn't have had access to. They then decided to take money from me. Okay? Thousands of dollars. This was not like, we fucked around. $3,000, $3,000, $3,000. Oh, fuck. Now I have no money. So now I have to contact my financial institution. I have to contact everyone around me. Every account has to be closed. Everything has to be done from scratch. And it took a long time. It took 2 to 3 months of work and extra thousands of dollars to repair the damage that they did. Okay? I had to freeze my credit report and basically say, what do they call it? They put like a warning on it that says, do not grant this guy credit because if it's him, it's not him and shit like that. So all this happened last year. Now, I'm not going to talk about it publicly because it's fucked up and I don't want it to happen to other people. And quite frankly, it was a really fucked up time and it was really stressful for me, but I got through it. All right. But this is the point I'm making is what happens when all that shit's going down? Oh, now it's strike when the iron is hot, right? Oh, we know something fucked up's happening to Phil, so let's put out a bunch of slanderous and nonsense about him on the internet to double down on the negativity against him when he's already down. Now, do you think I'm going to address any of that shit?
The one big major flaw in Phil's thinking there, and this fantasy idea he has, that he somehow revealed that he was in trouble and then the detractors rallied and fucking apparently made up all this information that appears on the spreadsheet here, But one big flaw with that is that it didn't come from Phil first. It came from right here in Kiwi Farm, September 18th, 2021. User called Booth drops in some information randomly. DSP only has $148.90 in his bank account currently, and he's been late in his last 2 mortgage payments, paying a $64 late fee each. No wonder he's begging. And obviously the natural assumption was, prove it or fuck off, because obviously we're not going to fucking believe it without any real evidence. Booth went and provided it with email, information was provided behind the scenes and all that in Kiwi Farms, and the information was legitimate and it was Phil's actual account information from all this, blah, 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 blah. You can call this number, Bank of America number, you enter in the account number and all that nonsense. It's all here on the forum, all the historical information. And basically, it was reverse social engineering which done Phil in, but the information came first from the detractors. The detractors broke this news because obviously it came from Kiwi Farms. And lo and behold, over time, it's just obviously more and more information got revealed, and everyone, at first everyone was sceptical, naturally, thinking there's no way this can be true. But lo and behold, turned out to be true. Phil was banning people that were talking about some leaked bank report stuff, in his chat. And obviously people are still trying to figure out how you can actually search specifics as well. And there's a wee post on here, I believe, very early on in this tale here, where the spending is revealed a little bit. I think it's in this. It's coming up anyway. It's early on, as I said, before Phil could properly even address it. People are finding out things that he was spending, his kind of spending habits before. And is it 8th page? I think it's this page here. Maybe not. Balls. Hang on, 2 seconds. I will find it. It happened quite early on. This is something that happened very fast and got updated very quickly on the fly. People were phoning Bank of America trying to find out transactional information. And yeah, it eventually got to the point where people were like, okay, we know what he spent in these days. I went to Total Wine on this day, and this day, and this day, and this day, and he spent 400 odd bucks in a short spell of time. Where the fuck is it? I'm looking for. Here we go. This is the post I was looking for from Colonoscopy Carl. What a fucking name. And I think he actually joined the same day as the bank leaks randomly. That's interesting. But yeah, you can search recent transactions, but nothing from Scopely comes up. It's all about iTunes instead. But he found out he made a bunch of purchases from Total Wine. September 17th, $27. September 7th, $82. August 30th, $80. August 24th, $46. And $82, $44, $82. In a month and a half, Phil spent $443 in an alcohol store. So that's where the early meme straight away of where Phil was spending a whole bunch of money on alcohol came from. That's where it all came from, and Phil had not reacted to this at all yet properly. He was just shutting down all sorts of discourse about it. But naturally, he kind of figured out not long after this that something wrong was happening to him and something major was happening to him, and his account was then frozen and it went into default into like minus $888,000 or something, just because that's the kind of thing that happens usually when they freeze your account in suspected fraud or something like that. And there was a wee, I can't mind whenabouts it was, but even like that first day where things were getting revealed and more information was getting revealed, there was some sort of kind of wee pie chart made up that broke down the kind of information that was known at the time. And I'm not sure how early it would have been, but Phil had not responded to it for a good while, didn't respond properly. He had made sure it was like deliberately kind of waiting to try and make sure how he could spin this, because this was damaging information. This was extremely damaging information for Phil Burnell. He had not addressed it. So him pretending that it was detractors fucking spinning this tall tale because of what Phil said is completely debunked by a simple fact that it never happened that way whatsoever. The detractors broke the news because obviously it was somebody on the detractor side had done it in Booth. He went and done something illegal, done some social engineering to get Phil's information, find out his information to get into his Bank of America account and get that information to share with everyone else, and then he told everyone how to find out that information. It has no absolute merit, Phil, to it. It's like there's no weight to what he says whatsoever. Obviously, Booth as well, just explaining what he did. Anyone could have done what he did or whatever, gone in card and forums, looked hard for the stuff and figured out that social security number. It's not hacking, it's social engineering. Blah blah blah. It's like 2,000 combinations, like someone mentioned, but if you look hard enough, you can eliminate quite a few combinations. He worked hard on getting this information out there, and the reward was information that was obviously found and it was legitimate. He dropped it and then, I'll say, fucking vanished off the face of the earth until recently. I'd like to point out that he actually came online for the first time since like September of 2021, the other day, because Phil had ran his mouth. Phil had suddenly said that somebody had stolen $9,000 from him, so he randomly came back up and posted in the main thread here of the DSP section. He says that it's been a while since I've checked up on Phil, but I saw that he claimed that hackers attempted to steal $10,000 from his bank account. That's a lie. I never did have online access to Phil's Bank of America account, and even if I did, it's not worth the trouble to steal the pennies out of his account. So Booth, the guy that done all this in the first place, and responsible for all this happening, is saying right there, Phil's a liar. Although I could argue, how can he trust Booth, because he's like, obviously he's the one that did this, so technically he's like, he's the one that done something illegal in a situation, but I have no reason to doubt Booth because everything he provided before, information-wise, held up. It stands up to criticism, because everything he provided turned out to be completely wholly accurate. Phil claiming this nonsense before, and that's what I'm saying. He knows his story's bullshit, and he knows if he sticks to his fucking $9,000 story, he's going to have to suddenly explain not only to his fans but potentially the IRS or something where the fuck you had $9,000 sitting in your account and you must have got it back from the bank. Obviously, but I mean, if you're fucking a victim of identity theft and you have money taken from your account, the bank restores that. It's one of those things where the bank recovers your fucking money if they can, whatever shit, if it's recoverable. And in this situation, it's like, if I can done it, the guy's admitting on the fucking internet, hey, it was me, I done this shit. Obviously, he's not saying he stole anything, which is true. He didn't steal anything. The only thing that was gained was information, and information is a lot more powerful in this instance than Phil's money, because Phil cannot control information as well as he can fucking control the kind of spending he does. Information there is powerful because it fucking reveals to things like being able to know how much he fucking spent on alcohol in a certain time period, how much he fucking spent on, you know, paying for his phone, paying for clothing, paying for fucking coffee, paying for his fucking taxes, paying for groceries, paying for his internet, paying for medical bills, and paying for microtransactions and everything fucking else on here in an 18-month period. It got broken down fucking perfectly, and Phil has no defence to this fucking thing. Yeah, I'm not going to let him fucking weasel his way out of this bullshit and say, oh, that fucking bank leak information is fake. There is nothing he has fucking provided that fucking holds up at all. The information started from Detractors. The Detractors fucking kept revealing things first before Phil even had a leg to stand on. It wasn't a case of the Detractors responding to Phil. It was a case of the Detractors revealing to everyone what the truth was, and Phil panicking and just putting his head in the fucking sand, wishing everything would go fucking away and be all good. There is no fucking leg for Phil to stand on. He cannot admit the bank leaks are accurate because I would have to explain what this is. The microtransactions, the $44,000 in microtransactions. And he has no legitimate excuse for that. There is no legitimate excuse he can provide to anyone for that because he's admitted before he does not listen to music. He is not a fan of music really, so he doesn't really listen to music. He is not spending thousands and thousands of dollars on fucking music. He doesn't really like it that much, you know, not enough to fucking spend that amount of money on it anyway. He doesn't use, you know, fucking iTunes microtransactions as part of his content. We do not see it ever happen in his content. So the question is, of course, what is it used for? And obviously the fucking Detractors have an answer for that as well. WWE Champions, something that Phil is too terrified to admit he still plays. Well, he's now openly admitting he plays mobile games. He is scared to death, even as a meme, to admit he plays WWE Champions. He avoids saying it at all fucking costs. And just as a wee side note, Phil gained a fucking new wrestler yesterday on his day off. His day off saw him increase his roster size on WWE Champions to 411 wrestlers. Fucking shout out to TG Gamebox for dropping that bit of information. But even on his fucking day off, Phil's still grinding away in that fucking stupid game, blowing more money on that stupid fucking game, keeping himself at fucking no spending money. Saving money is for idiots. He could fucking save that money to fucking afford a honeymoon for his wife, fucking afford savings, whatever, fucking put into a pension, just think about his fucking retirement or something. No, fuck that shit. Let's just spend it all on WWE fucking champions and visits to Total Wine. Fucking idiot. This has been King Jad. Hope you enjoyed the wee video. Peace out.